From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, January the 15th, 2020. 4 rockets were fired from Gaza at southern Israel today. 2 were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. The other 2 landed in open areas, and no damage or injury was reported. Israel's deadline for political parties to file their final slates before the March 2nd elections ended this evening. And as we reported to you, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party had been pressuring the right to merge with the far right to avoid wasting or losing votes in the election. Likud has told new right leader Naftali Bennett that the responsible thing to do would be to run together with the controversial Otzma Yehudit party, which is affiliated with the Carr party, which was banned from the Knesset over its extremist views. Well, Bennett today made his position against a merger once again and more fervently clear. Bennett said, "I won't include on my slate someone who keeps a photograph in his living room of a man who murdered 29 innocent people," referring there to Otzma's leader Itamar Ben-Gvir, who has a photograph of Baruch Goldstein hanging in his home. Goldstein massacred 29 Muslims at prayer in Hebron in 1994. Bennett said, "Imagine a member of the U.S. Congress hanging a photograph in his home of someone who murdered dozens of Jews at prayer. Does that seem reasonable to you?" Bennett added that if Likud wanted Ben-Gvir so much, they should put him on their slate. By the way, Ben-Gvir later said that for the sake of a right-wing victory, he would take down the Goldstein photo. He did not, however, denounce Goldstein's actions. Israel began pumping natural gas to Egypt today in what is being called a major historic milestone. Energy Minister Yuval Steinitz signed export permits with Israel's neighbor to the south last month and said that today was the start of the most significant cooperation ever between Israel and Egypt in energy and the economy since the peace treaty. The gas is being pumped from 2 massive offshore fields. Israel and Egypt's energy ministry issued a rare joint statement calling the move an important development that will serve the economic interests of both sides. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin sent a letter to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on the occasion, writing that the gas flow links our 2 countries and our 2 peoples. Rivlin wrote, "By looking for ways to connect our peoples, we can ensure that the values of peace that our courageous leaders bequeathed us in the historic peace treaty become part of today's relations between the next generations of Israelis and Egyptians. Bringing the fruits of peace to our peoples," Rivlin wrote, "would be the greatest tribute to their brave leadership and the best guarantee of a better, safer future for us all." New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced new funding yesterday for license plate readers to help find and prosecute perpetrators of anti-Semitic acts. The governor said $680,000 would fund the readers, which contain a high-speed camera. And one such reader helped police find and arrest the man who carried out the Monsey stabbing attack last month. They will be installed in Monsey and in New Square. Cuomo made the announcement at Ramapo Town Hall, saying if anybody thinks about attacking the community, they better think again. We will know, we will find you, we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. B'nai B'rith International submitted testimony to the House Committee on Homeland Security Subcommittee on Intelligence and Counterterrorism in advance of a hearing held today on the rise in anti-Semitic domestic terrorism in the U.S. B'nai B'rith in its testimony called for the appointment of a special coordinator on anti-Semitism in the United States to be appointed to the Department of Justice, complementing the work of the State Department's Special Envoy for Monitoring and Combating Antisemitism, Elan Carr, who deals with global anti-Semitism as well. They also called for legislation like the Combating BDS Act and the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, as well as national security-related legislation to help the FBI with hate crimes and domestic terrorism, and for Holocaust education in schools. And another social media campaign is joining the fight against anti-Semitism. The Stop This Story initiative was introduced by the European Jewish Congress. Israel's President Reuven joined in, as have a number of celebrities like Israeli supermodel Raphaeli, British actress of the TV series The Crown, Vanessa Kirby, and renowned sex therapist and Holocaust survivor Dr. Ruth, who speaks in the video, as does Congress President Moshe Cantor.
It's time to put an end to anti-Semitism.
Hatred and intolerance are everyone's problem, but anti-Semitism is your problem. Now is the time to act. Stop hatred. Stop anti-Semitism.
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, January the 15th. At 7 o'clock, it's From the Aleph Bet. At 7:35, Rabbi Daniel Lapin talks about creativity and making money. At 8, Ron Lieber talks about parenting strategies. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Rabbi Raphael Shore, who discusses his organizations, Jerusalem U and the Clarion Project, and the work he is doing to educate Jews and to expose the dangers of Islamic extremism. Then at 10, Dr. Mordechai Kedar talks about radical Islam and anti-Semitism. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 15th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader.